Hi, Amanda. How are you doing?
Just chilling
hmm
in
I knew
Saginaw, Michigan.
I knew the break. We've had a little break here. We had some vacation. I feel rested and relaxed,
I
but I
feel
do.
21 now.
You've had a birthday, right? So I would say you're rested and relaxed, but we all know the truth there. But but I knew like coming back, it was the just chillin'. I thought maybe the time frame would have killed it a little bit, but I'm pretty sure it's here to stay from on.
It is here to stay.
That's all right. That's
Forever
good.
chilling.
Forever.
Forever chilling.
That sounds a little dark. I don't know. That could be scary. Uh, all right. So today we've got a new podcast ready to go. I'm excited. We're bringing in a guest, bringing back the guests. This person personally hired me right out of college, so that should show his age right there. Um, but he's been really influential in my career and in my professional being. So it's fun to kind of go back. And what's really cool is his job now. It's Jim Dwyer. He's the executive director of Alumni Relations. What's cool now is now he's kind of on the back end of everything. Think about the student cycle. For years, he worked with me. He was, like I said, he was my boss right out of college and working with students, getting started in admissions, getting them in and ready. And now he's kind of on the back end of his career and he's working with the alumni. And when you look at the student cycle and the parallels in his career, it's kind of fun. I like to tease him about that all the time.
It's
He's much older
crazy.
than me, but he's also much younger in spirit. So I hope you're ready. All right, do you think you could handle this?
I hope so. I hope he's just chilling.
Uh, we'll ask him and see because I have a feeling that if anybody on campus feels you on the just chillin', it's going to be Jim Dwyer. Jim, thanks for joining us. We're glad you're here. So let me introduce Amanda. This is Amanda from, oh, there she is. Amanda, she's been co-hosting with me for a while. Amanda, this is Jim Dwyer, who happened to, in his wisdom, his grace, his ever-seeing ability, hire someone like me just over 18, well, 17 and a half, 17 years ago now.
Wow.
So, Jim, did you think I'd ever make it 17 years?
It's one of the best hires I ever had, Amanda. Okay.
I
We
saw
love to
that
see
coming.
it.
So, Jim, today we love having you on our podcast. We want to talk. We talk specifically to prospective students and students coming to SVSU, and one of the questions that we get is from our prospective students is what kind of services are out there, what's happening at SVSU for students, and what does the fit and feel like? Could you maybe talk to us a little bit about the Alumni Office and how do current students connect with alumni? How does this happen?
You know, Nick and Amanda, I think humbly, I've been able to utilize this office because of my 28 years in admissions. And working with families, working with students, it was very clear um, that we had to tell our story. That if you trusted us, if the parents trusted to bring their son or daughter, we had to show that we could provide outcomes, that our students could have significant experiences. And I have taken that mantra and applied it to the alumni office the last 5 years. And one of those products in the platform that I got immediately when I got this job was called SVSU Connect. So when a student comes as a freshman or as a sophomore, they can log in, they can join the network. They have access at this point to over 6,000 people in the system. Our goal is to get over 20,000 so that you can ask the questions. Hey, in this social work program and working in a school system, would you do it over again? What can you tell me about graduate school? Oh, you work at Dow. What's the culture at Dow? What's it like there? Can I come and job shadow? Okay. I'm having trouble funding my college education. Could you help me with an internship or a summer job? All this is part of the Cardinal family and the network that we provide in the system.
Very cool. How do current students, they can just connect directly into it? Or
They
do
can
they have
log
to?
in if they go to svsuconnect.com. They can join the platform. You do not have to be alumni. Now, what's unique about this platform is the only people that can be part of the platform is the Cardinal family. So unlike LinkedIn or Facebook or some of these other platforms that are available, it is Cardinals helping Cardinals. And that's our mantra. And the one thing that is very clear is that alumni want to help and they want to provide sage advice. I had one the other day that majored in English and she's ended up in a career unlike she ever thought, but those first 5 years were bumpy. And she said, if I could have talked to someone when I was a junior or senior, I could have saved a lot of the angst that I experienced during that travel. Because in the end, I tell students, and what we say in Alumni Relations is, it's purpose and passion. If you have purpose and passion for what you do, it's not about money. You'll get up every day and you'll have a sense of can't wait to get there. And that's kind of what we try to do here.
Amanda, I can absolutely vouch for that, because being hired by Jim, it was definitely not about the money at the very beginning, but it was definitely passionate and purposeful driven for all of us getting started. So, and that's why I'm still here doing things
Yeah.
like this crazy podcast and going in.
Very
So,
cool.
So I had this week, just to let you know, is we're in COVID and we have a mask, and I'm in the local butchery and I'm sitting there with a mask. And this is why alumni and why I'm so passionate about the university. He sees me and he can't see my face. And he goes, 15 years ago, you gave me this kind of advice that has allowed me to succeed in what I do. And I want to thank you for that. And he couldn't even see my face. It must have been my eyes.
it must have, you know what? I think it was your hair, Jim.
My
He
hair,
recognized
too.
your hair.
Their hair. His hair. Just
That's
kidding.
awesome. That's so cool. I think, Amanda, you have the next question there.
Yeah, I was wondering, so what is the legacy program and how does it help like all the students at SVSU?
So the legacy was born out of a conversation with the president 5 years ago that why aren't we attracting students here whose parents had this kind of experience that allowed them to encounter success in the career path that they've chosen to do. We started in humble beginnings. We didn't know what was going to happen. And at that time, we didn't have a scholarship. But what happened was we started our first year and we reached out and we started with 60. Then it went to 90. And this year we're 540 strong. And right now we're 170 strong of this class coming in this fall. Now, the beauty of that program has been the parents that get to come back and see the transition of the campus. Remember, if you went to school here 20, 25 years ago, what the campus was at that time to what it has become is pretty special. And so you see this red pride in the parents. The real success of the program is what's called the legacy card. And an alum, sometimes it's two, both mom and dad. You'd be surprised how many have met their soulmate here on campus.
Don't do it, Amanda. Don't do it. Don't do it.
And they get their card and they get their name on it. And what I tell them is we're their concierge. So 24/7, they can call our office or the student. And if they're having any challenges with a class, financial aid, a roommate issue, I want to get in this program of distinction, they reach out to me. This legacy program, I had the idea of working in admissions customer service, that we should provide the utmost customer service if those parents that went here now can come back. So we give them a card with their name on it, and we tell them to call our office with any concerns. And concerns range what any college student deals with: roommate issues, financial aid. I need a job on campus. Can you give me a plug for this program of distinction? How about a summer job? And if you ask it, do people call? The answer is yes. But that service that we provided has taken a reputation on its own, and it has really impacted the success of the program. You don't go from 60 to now this year 170 or maybe more. And the other thing we have found with these students, they're really good students too. They're second generation. They're focused on their studies, and it's been a very successful program. And it has helped, I think, the university overall success of bringing in students that more or less would not be enrolled here.
Very cool.
Nice.
So Jim, you kind of answered my last question here a little bit with your butcher story, but I wanna go back because we go back a long ways, and I know that you have a long history at SVSU. So now that in the Alumni Relations office and working with alums, old and young, new alums coming up, how does this experience fit with your overall SVSU experience? Do you see any parallels between what you're doing today and just the way the university has either changed or not changed over the past 30 some odd years?
You know, Nick, has the campus changed? Yes. Okay. Have the people changed? Not really. And I try to tell people, and I think you would vouch for this, Nick. Look, every day I drive in front of that campus and I get on this campus, I tell myself, I have the opportunity to transform a life. I have an opportunity to touch someone with a sense of kindness or compassion that can truly, sometimes in 15 minutes, I've seen a life changed. Sometimes it's taken me 3 years, sometimes longer. But I think the overall passion for me being here is there's a lot of people like me, okay? There's a lot of Nick Taylors, a lot of Jim Dwyers that that really feel privileged to work here. And I had someone recently that took a job here, and he said, Jim, there's something special here. There's a culture here that I just have not experienced at the 3 previous colleges that I've been at. And I can see why people stay here as long as they do. I think one of the things you'll notice, or I tell people, is once people get here, they don't usually leave. Okay, because they've been able to get in a culture that if students do, and if we work with them and mold them, and then they get through and they become alumni, the first thing those alumni want to do is tell the story. You know, and tell the story that, yeah, I wish you could be in the senior toast. That's a new tradition that one of the traditions I created, where I got a great sponsor, the Garber Corporation. And what happens is the president has a champagne toast. We have heavy hors d'oeuvres, and I purposely work the tables. And the stories I get to hear, I say I'm privileged, because these people speak from their heart, and they truly know that had they not gone here, they wouldn't be where they're at today. And that's what makes Cardinal Pride what it is.
That's incredible.
Very cool. Next, now coming up in May, we're gonna have this Cardinal Toast. Can I get invited just so I can be there for Amanda? Would that be all right, Jim?
Amanda, this is what you're going to get. Okay, this is what you
Oh,
get.
that's cute.
Okay, and sadly, we couldn't do it this time. We had to, with the pandemic, we had to put 1,100 grad boxes together. And there's another example I'll just share. So when people were graduating and didn't know what they do, working with our bookstore, and the bookstore manager said none of his colleagues did what we did. We put together 1,100 grad boxes with their sizes, with their honors, with all the Saginaw Valley regalia and swag, and we mailed it. Okay, and it was cool. And now what you do, you see them coming on campus taking pictures with their cap and gowns on. But there's another example of these people. And that senior toast just really gets you the vibe as students ponder where they go, why this is such a special place.
Very cool. Well, Jim, I don't know if you've been watching, but we always end with my irreverent question of the day.
Okay.
These are the fancy graphics that I can afford.
All right.
Irreverent question of the day. Can't deal with anything we've been talking about, but I'm not gonna tease you here, but I'm gonna point out a fact that I have a 1-year-old daughter, and I believe you have a 1-year-old grandson, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's fast forward 17 years from now. My daughter, your grandson, they're getting ready to go to college, and you can only write down two, because I know you, and it would be way longer than two sentences. I only want the first two sentences of a note that you would write to them as they get ready to start college. What's the best two-sentence piece of advice you can give them? I threw him, Amanda. He wasn't ready. Did you
Now,
see that?
dream,
That's good.
dream big,
Dream big.
dream big, dream, and then passionately keep that vision. And then I'd also tell them I love them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. I
That's
appreciate
tender.
it. What's that?
I said that's tender.
You would, Amanda.
And
Awesome.
my mom says it.
And she should.
Uh,
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jim. We appreciate your time. I know you're a busy man this time of year.
all right.
We'll see you when I get back to campus here next week. I'll be
Okay.
sure to stop in and make sure you're wearing that mask. All right. So, Amanda, now you see how I got started at SVSU. You see where this all came from? Makes sense. Did you know that you as a student had access to that?
I had no idea, no.
So
But now I do.
now you do. So now I'm gonna encourage you and let you know. Hey, I know you and I have talked off air. I won't share too much, but about your future and going to grad school and looking at corporate law and those things. There's people out there. All you gotta do is go to Connect, type in corporate law, see who's out there. I got a couple that I think I know of it in the law. I don't know if it's full corporate law, but we'll get you connected to some alums so we can get you some answers and get you some resources. I think
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
it's kind of cool. I'm on the Connect out there as well, but obviously working at SVSU, people have access to me anyways all around. So they don't go to Connect to find me; they find me through other venues. But it's kind of cool to watch. I see some friends out there who are in all different walks of life, working and being successful, and out there offering that help. So pretty cool stuff. I got Jim choked up on the Irreverent Question of the day. That's a success. I knew it was going to get him. I knew it was going to get him because that's his first grandchild and all the good stuff. So it happens. All right. Well, let's get ready. Let's have a good day. Let's go out there and
Wash
make
your
it happen.
hands.
Wash your hands. Make it happen. I will talk to you very soon. Deal?
Deal. Fist pump.